All right, guys. It's 6 o'clock Thursday night. You're probably wondering what is going on because we have not gone live on Facebook. We've gone live on YouTube every single time. So this is Lifted Live. If you've been around for a while, you would know that we used to do this thing and we brought it back. And we're doing it on YouTube for a really long time. And now we're trying it on Facebook again. So basically, me and a guest, tonight it's going to be Dustin, sit down. We have a few beverages. We talk about trucks and the truck world and things that pertain to what we do around here at Custom Offsets. So I want you guys to throw some questions in the comments, subjects you want us to touch on if you have any questions about lift kits or the industry, things going on. Every night we have a little bit of a theme. Tonight we are going to talk about the inevitable Ram TRX versus Ford Raptor debate because that's what everybody wants to talk about anyway. So, Dustin.
Yes.
You're a Ram guy. You're a Ram and a Ford guy.
Wait, hold on. You forgot the inevitable wheels, tires, suspension, customoffsets.com. Okay, now we can go.
Yeah, if you need parts, go to Custom Offsets.
Yeah, for real. We have everything, including all the wheels that you see behind us.
Right.
Oh, wait, hold on. Somebody said they can't hear us.
You can't hear us.
Instagram, sound off. Let us know if you... Oh, I suppose I could just turn the volume up. Instagram can hear us good.
Yeah, Facebook I can hear. I had to turn mine down.
Oh, okay, cool. Perfect. Anyway, let's get into it. What was your question?
Anyway.
Ram truck, Ford truck.
You're a Ram guy, and you're kind of a Ford guy at the same time.
I'm kind of an everything guy.
Everything guy when it really comes down to it.
Yeah.
Which are you more excited about?
Ooh. Okay. All right, so just...
Don't get into what Ford released today.
So what's the question then? What am I most excited for?
Are you excited about the TRX? Are you happy that there's a TRX, or would you still want the Raptor? Or do you still want a Tremor? Because Tremor is your big excitement.
Tremor is my new excitement. And the Tremor is only my excitement because you can get it in a Power Stroke, right? You can get it in a 6.7, which I think is super cool. I don't know. I kind of look at the TRX the same way I look at the Raptor. And, like, they're cool. They're super neat. I mean, you're talking 700 horsepower, I think 650 foot-pounds of torque or something massive for a production vehicle. But they only tow, like, 8,000 pounds.
Well, so it's right on par with the Raptor, which can haul like 3,000 pounds.
It makes me... That's not true. I was at a track day this last weekend.
Oh, I don't care what the rich people are towing around their fancy sports cars.
There was at least half a dozen guys towing their GT3 RS Porsches to the track to do like laps at Road America with a Raptor.
Dragging the entire way there.
No, they looked pretty good. They're pretty well balanced. You have to remember that Porsches are mid/rear engine cars, so all the weight's over the axle.
All the weight's over the
axle. So you can do that. But either way, my biggest concern with both of those trucks, and it's the reason I probably won't buy a Raptor, even after I told everyone I was going to buy a Raptor, is that you can't tow anything with them. Or I shouldn't say you can't tow anything. For the amount of towing that I do and what I pull, it just isn't heavy enough for me. You know. The two big things I took away from the TRX, right? And people are going to be like, you skipped over so many good things. The shifter is not a dial anymore. It actually has like an actual shifter. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
It's a car style, but it's a shifter that you can put in manual mode and have paddle shift. That's pretty sweet. But they still have a coil sprung rear end.
Yeah, that kind of blew my mind that was the direction they went to do.
Like I guess
went with the truck. English can't today.
I guess because you have to completely modify a frame and you have to have a one-off truck, so you use what you got. But like, it's a coil sprung rear end.
Correct. Especially if you're made to compete. It'll be interesting to see how they actually do in the desert. I'd like to put a Raptor and a TRX side by side and see how they actually do, because it's going to go one of two ways. It's either going to do way better than I expect, or that coil spring rear end is going to fall flat on its face and not articulate.
Right, it's going to bounce on like a pogo stick.
Correct. Versus like the Raptor. Have you ever seen the Raptor eat it across the whoops, dude? The body floats and the suspension just...
Right.
It's neat.
It's pretty well set up. The other thing that I've seen a lot of memes lately is because the TRX went with the Bilstein shocks, which Bilstein's a great brand.
Yeah, it's a good choice.
But like... they're not really known for their massive off-road capabilities, at least not in the United States. Everybody's like, oh, why didn't you put Fox? Why didn't you put Kings in it? And they're just out here living life on Bilsteins.
Kings would have been a solid choice.
Would have been a solid choice. GM, if you're listening, because God forbid they throw their hat in this ring.
I don't think they will.
I know they won't.
That's not GM's market, dude. They don't.
It's not Ram's or Ford's market either, honestly.
True, but Ford kind of developed that, right? They kind of came with the Raptor when it hit the market was the first production Baja ready truck. Because they did it, they took it off the SEMA showroom floor and then ran the Baja 1000, and it was wild. But I don't think GM will jump into that market. They tried a couple years back and didn't really have a lot of success.
Yeah,
so
they're not doing so. Ram is built by Mopar, the Performance, the TRXs.
Yeah.
The Ford is built by, or the Raptor is built by Ford Racing. GM Performance hasn't tried anything since the ZR2 S10 back in the day.
They make a ZR2 Colorado now,
which isn't anything to shake a stick at.
Ooh, hey,
all.
Brian from Icon Alloys is watching.
Wow.
What's up, Brian? How you doing? That's super cool. But yeah, so I agree. I think GM's big thing has always been the Corvette and the Camaro, and they've just kind of stuck to that,
Well, I mean, that's like saying Ford stuck with the GT40 and the Mustang.
You stop it. The GT40 has a soft spot in my heart.
I'm just saying, it's the same apples to apples here.
Yeah, correct.
But I don't. And then GM reaches out to Lingenfelter or Magnuson, all these other brands to build performance version of their truck, or Hennessy. They do a really good job, but that abomination that they made out of the 14 to 15 Silverados with the slant nose and that was just disgusting. Went absolutely nowhere.
Yeah.
It would just be really cool to see GM Performance throw their hat in the ring, but
it'd be cool to see them build who's the YouTuber that's got that? What is it? 16 or 18 3/4 ton GM truck that they built the pre-runner out of.
Yeah,
I forget who that is. I'm sure somebody's going to be like, "Yo, it's this guy," and that'd be cool. It'd be cool to see him do stuff like that.
Right.
Get into more of a production pre-runner type truck.
Right.
So.
I mean, it doesn't even have to be crazy. Just do something, you guys.
Yeah, I am excited though. I think what's going to be really cool about Ram, or what is really cool about Ram releasing the TRX now, is that it's the first time that the Raptor's ever really been actively in competition.
Right.
Right.
Anybody has built anything to compete with.
Correct. It's always just kind of been the Raptor stood on its own, and a couple guys compared to the Power Wagon, but you couldn't compare that because that's a solid axle truck
that's a
and a
2500.
3/4 ton. Right.
Yeah, that's a different style of off-roading.
Correct. And that compares more with the Tremor, right? So it's super unique to see that Ford doubled down and went into the 3/4 ton game with the Tremor.
Right.
And now Ram has doubled down on their side and brought a 1500 to compete with the Raptor. So it's going to usher in a whole new era of this dog-eat-dog race.
Right.
And that's super exciting to me.
You know what's going to be wild is the conversation is going to turn from, Ford Chevy to Ram Ford.
Yeah.
Chevy's just gone.
Yeah.
They're not
it's
even
crazy.
in the game anymore.
Yeah, absolutely.
So my big thing that I was complaining about the Raptor is the 3.5 EcoBoost.
Stop it. The EcoBoost is fantastic.
We can build it. It makes 400 horsepower. Yeah, okay, sure it does.
Makes almost 500.
Yeah, I've seen the 6.2 stomp all over that 3.5 multiple times for actual life.
Stop it.
It was a terrible idea on Ford's part to put in EcoBoost.
Stop it. No, it wasn't. The 6.2 gets 5 miles to the gallon.
They know it was a bad idea because what did they release today?
Stop it. I don't like you. I'm mad at you right now.
Is that why they said now they're putting a V8 in it?
Is it? Did you look? Is it actually confirmed, by the way, or is it?
That was from Ford Authority.
Ooh.
So I should call it a rumor that Ford is now planning on putting a 5.2 flat plane, aka GT350 engine, in the Raptor for 2021.
Hold on.
22, maybe.
Let me break it down for you really quick here. As if I already didn't have a hard enough time picking between a Raptor, a second-gen Raptor, and now a TRX. But now you're going to put the freaking 5.2 in that. out of the GT350, which if you haven't driven a GT350, fantastic drive. Absolutely beautiful cars. So now you're going to put that in a performance truck.
You know what? I hope Kirk's watching. I hope Kirk watches this.
Please watch.
And gets rid of his Shelby and gets a Raptor.
Stop. That's fine. Sell me your Shelby, and then I'll put it on the trailer behind the Raptor, and then we can do cool 5.2 V8 America Bald Eagle stuff.
That would be pretty neat.
Dude, for real.
I'm just happy that they're considering a V8 again. They have to. What else do you do? I mean, the other thing is, somebody brought this up today. It's surprising that Ram didn't offer, like, they just went straight to the 707 horsepower Demon engine. Like, what about, like, the Scat Pack, like, just the regular...
The 392?
Yeah.
The thing is, it would be almost pointless for them to do that because it's not in Mopar's... That's not Mopar's playbook. Mopar's playbook is consistently taking the... that's a 7-liter, right? I believe. I'd have to go back. I don't recall. But is taking their big engine and just copy-pasting it into all their channels. So first it was the Hellcat. Then it was the Red Eye. Then it was the Trackhawk.
Yep.
Then it was... now they're putting it in the TRX. It's like, at what point are you going to be able to get 700 HPs in a Grand Caravan? Because when you can, I'm in.
That would be very interesting.
Rear-wheel drive, Grand Caravan... Or all-wheel drive Grand Caravan,
All-wheel
700
drive,
HPs,
wide-body Grand Caravan,
burnouts every day. Dude, I would. Have you seen the one that dude across the road drives? That little Honda.
No.
There's a dude across the road with a slammed Honda Odyssey, JDM, right-hand drive. Wild.
Across the road is our car division.
Fitment Industries.
So that makes complete sense that they have something so ridiculous over there.
Yeah, correct.
And un-American.
Well, I mean, it's literally a JDM car or van or whatever. So, like, yeah, it's not American.
Wild.
Wild is correct.
So I'm curious to see. So Ford is notorious for not upgrading their interiors, right? Or really upgrading their trucks at all. You get new headlights and a grille every couple of years, but the platform always stays the same. Do you think that they will now maybe actually do something with the interiors? Because, like, I was really impressed with the interior on the Super Duty when we got it, and then I got my new Silverado, and I was like, oh, the Super Duty's kind of like feels outdated now.
They'll have
and it's
to.
a year older.
They're gonna have to. It's just, there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that Ford is going to have to redo their interiors because GM has kicked it up a notch. Ram is owning that market right now, hands down. They have
every
can hate
Italian
me if you
company.
want. Yeah.
Look at any Italian car. The interior is always 10 times better.
Yeah, you can hate me if you want, but Ram has the best interior right now. So,
They have a massive touch. You have like a flat screen TV.
dude, for real,
For
did
a
you see the
center
one on the
console.
TRX? It's
Yeah.
like 22 inches.
It's impressive. It's super impressive.
Massive.
I'm sure it'll break really easy, but it's super impressive.
Yeah. But, yeah, Ford's going to have to do something. I assume the new Raptor will probably come out 22 or a 23, so it'll be a 22 release, I would guess.
I would think.
I would assume, just looking at what Ford's done in the past with like the first gen to the second gen, I'm assuming they'll update it again, you know, because the second gen Raptor came with a pretty massive update compared to Gen 1.
Yeah,
so.
the body style is significantly cooler.
Even the interiors, everything about it is, you know,
Absolutely.
has been pretty updated. So lots of Mopar and no car comments in here.
Well, at least Instagram is doing something because Facebook, I got like 5 people.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Instagram's hopping, dude. There's 28 people on Instagram right now, so that's pretty cool. Grounded Visuals is following us. That's the dude that shoots some super dope photos we share all the time.
Yeah.
Come visit us, please. I want to shoot with you. It would be fun. We should do it.
You got any cool questions over there? Remember, guys, we're here to answer questions, not just talk about stuff.
What's going to be the first mod to a Cybertruck?
The first mod to a Cybertruck is putting an LS in it. I hope to God that is the first thing someone does to it.
I was actually going to say the first mod to a Cybertruck is actually returning it to the dealer and picking up a Nikola Badger because it's going to be a significantly better truck. Or the Rivian.
Yeah.
The Rivian is doing... I get it if you're not an electric truck guy, but seriously, check out what Rivian has got going on right now. They are probably the number one leader, not leader, but they're the number one prospect right now in the electric vehicle market for trucks.
Interesting.
It looks. I should show it to you sometime. It's super cool. I'm very, very excited.
Oh, all right. Facebook's a little popping off now.
I
just want to point out that we talked about a right-hand drive minivan, and Jasper hopped on.
Oh no!
So that's very Jasper-y.
Yeah, that's definitely Jasper. Holy cow. Banker, can you fit 35 1250s on a 4.5-inch lift on your truck? On your truck.
On my truck.
On your truck. Brand new.
35s.
Yep. Doesn't say what size wheels.
I know you can on stock wheels.
Yeah.
Because I know on a stock AT4 on stock wheels, you can fit 35s.
That's like a 10 wide, right? That's pretty narrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I imagine anything, a 12 wide, you'd probably have to twim. Oh my!
Yeah,
I told you, I can't English today.
Yeah, you're cutting a lot at that point.
Yeah.
Like you're literally stock offset. Like you're not going wide at all.
Yeah.
Keep it under the fenders, and you can do it.
At least they started to give you a little bit more rounded wheel well. It's not so square.
Yeah, it is,
know.
and it's significantly easier to make some clearance in there. Granted, I have my front bumper off at this time right now, but you literally unbolt everything. Like I don't have to chop stuff apart anymore and beat it with a hammer.
Yeah.
Like there's behind the cab corner now, there's just 4 bolts. You take 4 bolts out and this little pod comes out and you have all of that clearance that you used to have to beat on it for an hour with a mallet to get. In the front wheel liner, you don't have to chop anything anymore. They moved the washer bottle up. Now it's on top of the wheel well instead of in front of the wheel well. And then in the front, there's just a plastic thing that bolts in. So you take 4 bolts out there, you pull that out, and now you can push your liner all the way forward. So they made life a lot easier.
GM literally called us and said, "Yo, we heard you're putting a lot of wheels and tires on trucks. What can we do to make it easier?"
They really screwed GMC though, because the plastic fender liner, the mud flap molds into it. So you have to keep the mud flap, or it just looks weird.
Oh, yeah.
So then you have to modify that. It makes a little bit more work for people like myself, but it's doable.
I love how right above my head, I'm watching this camera angle on Instagram. It's probably different on Facebook. Right above my head, right here, I'm waiting for it to load up, is a 26 by 14 floating spoke wheel.
Oh yeah, I definitely
that big old 4-play wheel.
I can see the Archon and the Icon, and that's about it on the old Facebook. Paul Robertson picked up 4 of the red Method wheels from us. So I'm guessing that's on Trailbuilt. Trailbuilt was the only one that offered those. Did we? I believe
we sell them on CO as well.
Okay.
Yep. That's an exclusive colorway for us, though. You can't get that anywhere else.
Right.
But custom offsets of
he
Trailbuilt.
wants to get 2 more.
Yeah.
I think right now they're currently unavailable. Correct.
They should have just come back in stock. So we ordered the first shipment of those. Method shipped those to us, and we sold out of them immediately. We restocked a couple of weeks ago, and those sold almost immediately as well. But we should have a really good supply now. So you should have good inventory on those available moving forward.
And Paul, if you only need 2, throw them into your cart, and there's a little quantity underneath there. Just switch that to 2, and you can get 2 instead of 4.
Yep, correct. Yeah, that's a beautiful wheel. I mean, we were super excited when Method approached us with that because obviously, I mean, we like anytime you can do an exclusive color, it's cool to begin with, and then to see that was awesome. So. There's a guy, I want you to know there's a guy on Instagram, and his handle is that 05 cat eye.
And do you really,
sell me your truck?
You really want his truck, don't you?
Oh my god, dude. I want a cat eye Chevy so bad. A clean one though, it's gotta be clean. I don't wanna fix rust. I'll deal with miles, I'll deal with mechanical repairs if I have to, but I want a good, clean cat eye Chevy.
You and every other high school boy.
Dude,
in Wisconsin.
I know, but maybe that's why I like it so much is because when I was in high school, that was like the cool truck to have, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, I'm not quite as old as you are.
Right. They were new when I was in high school.
Stop it. You're not that much older than me.
They were actually still making them when I graduated high school.
Yikes. Blue Boy 34 on Instagram wants to know, would you turbo or supercharge and why? I think he said before on a gas truck.
Turbo or supercharge,
yeah,
and why?
Which one?
Oh, that's so hard. Because I like the reliability of superchargers, but I like the power you get from a turbo. and you make cool noises.
What are you going to do with it is my question. Are you going to tow with it, or are you just going to daily drive it? If you're going to daily drive it, slap a big dirt nasty turbo or even 2 of them on there and send your rods to Pluto.
Yeah.
Gone, right?
Supercharger is much more, it's safer on the engine, so you can do that low RPM.
Ooh, careful. The old lattes are getting to you.
Yeah, I think these got warm and cold again.
Probably.
They taste a little latte.
Yeah, they're definitely a little latte-y and a little less,
Bush.
Yeah, bush. I don't know if we could say that on air. Somebody wants to know our thoughts on the TIS 544.
It's a great wheel. It was a really cool design in 2018 when it came out.
Late 2018, yeah.
It killed the market last year. I think now, with the way things are going, it's a little overdone. It's busy for my tastes. I don't like the TIS off-road on the lip, but a lot of people do, and it drives me insane that it's not directional. For the same price, go get some Archons. They're directional.
Yeah, I think the 544 is a solid wheel, and if you're looking for something that just it is a little bit, again, it's very popular. You see it a lot, but if you're looking for something that isn't going to stand out from the crowd but looks good on almost every truck, a 544 is a fantastic wheel. It is still, I actually just pulled the data the other day, it's one of our top 5 selling wheels yet in 2020, which I thought was crazy. We totally thought that the 547 and the Archon Lincoln were going to blow that, blow that wheel out of the water, and they just haven't yet. So,
Mike over here on Facebook has asked me a couple of times.
Okay.
20s and 33s with a leveling kit, and can they clear? Mike, I need to know what you have for a truck. I'm not going to be able to guess.
And how wide are you going?
Yeah, like
20 by 12s,
20
by
by what's
10s,
33s.
20 by 9s.
Yeah, I need to know the vehicle. I need a lot more information than what you're giving me, bro.
Because like Charlie over there is on a 2212 on his F-150 with 33 12.5s, or I think a metric equivalent, right? He's like a 285 or something. But anyway, very similar, and he clears with some trimming, but he also had to do
with some
a
trimming?
level lift.
No crash bars on a 3-inch. That's some trimming.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's less than all the trimming. Holy cow! Grounded visuals and titty deeper here.
Titty deeps here.
Oh yeah. Yo, when are you guys both gonna come up here or over here? Because you're in whatever PA or something. But come visit us. Bring the trucks. Let's shoot. We'll drink some lattes, and it'll be a great time.
It would be an awesome time.
Yeah. Maybe Banker's truck will finally be done by the time you get here.
So Brandon Abbott over here on Facebook ordered some Black Label rock lights today. Thanks, Brandon. And he wants to know, how long does it usually take to ship? I will have you know that John shipped out like 50 boxes of rock lights today.
Yeah.
So you should see those soon.
Yeah, he ships those pretty much every morning. He goes through orders and ships those out. So
And
as long as it's something we have inventory of, it should be gone.
He went this morning, did it, and then came back after lunch. He's like, why are so many people buying rock lights? I'm going to be out of inventory again. So
rock lights
are hot.
Dude, you can't go wrong with rock lights. They're especially RGB rock lights. Like, somebody has asked me multiple times where Fuller is. If you didn't know, Fuller he's not working at Custom Offsets anymore. He actually went off to pursue another dream that he had professionally, of course, and we wish him all the best and hope to see him around. So.
He's probably watching this. I don't wish you the best.
Stop it. Why?
But I'll see you tonight.
Wait, you're going to see him tonight?
I might.
Oh, okay.
We'll
I was like, holy cow. Yeah, correct. Yeah, somebody said at his dream job. Correct. So he had the opportunity of a lifetime, so he went to go pursue that. So, pretty cool.
It is, yeah. I mean, honestly. You got a pretty good deal there.
Yep, correct.
Can't blame him for that.
Do you like boggers? Somebody wants to know if you like boggers.
Of course I like boggers.
Dude, who doesn't like boggers?
I ran TSLs. They lasted me about 10,000 whole miles.
Hold on. Let's story time right here. Okay, so in high school, my best buddy Sean had a 1990 F-150 regular cab short box, 5-speed, 300 straight 6. 4-inch lift. I think a rough country, just spacer lift, nothing crazy.
Well,
Because it was a 1990 F-150.
Yeah, I think that's all they had back for that truck anyway.
33 12.5 R17 TSLs. It was the only truck I've ever been in that you can go downhill and lose speed. It would slow you down. Literally sounded like a tractor coming from a mile away. Just whoa, 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 whoa. It was terrible.
Love it.
It was terrible.
No, they're amazing.
No, it was cool, but it was not good for fuel economy or practicality or anything.
Terrible for everything other than going through the mud. But
Yeah.
when you're a high school kid and doing nothing but farming, you spend a lot of time in the mud.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah, I don't know. Your new tires should make a lot of noise. I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, I think they will. I hope they will. Honestly, everyone's like, "Why'd you go with those?" I'm like, "They're gonna be so loud." Like, exactly, that's the point.
All right, here's a great one actually. Guy wants to know he has a '94 F-150 XLT extended cab. Right, so pretty average.
Did you say 94?
94
Okay.
F-150.
Yeah.
He has $5,000. Wheels, tires, and suspension. What would you buy?
Oh man, I don't know off the top of my head, to be quite honest with you. That's really hard. I don't know what we have available. I don't know how much a lift kit is for that truck, though.
You should be able to buy a decent rough country kit for that truck for sub $1,500, I would imagine.
I would think for way less than that.
Think so?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's a 94. So let's say you do like Jared's. Okay, his Super Lift 6-inch, which is twin I-beam trucks.
Yep.
That they're gonna, unless it's a really, really clean example from down south, that truck's gonna be a nightmare to lift. I'm just warning you.
Oh
now.
god, yeah. It's gonna have some rust.
It's gonna have some issues. They do not come apart nicely. They are a giant pain. But that 6-inch Super Lift is like $800 or something like that. It's a cheaper option, and you get 6 inches out of it. You throw some 10, 12 wides and some 35s on that bad boy. I mean, I think you can easily do that for $5,000 if you don't have to fix a bunch of stuff under that truck.
Correct. And this is assuming we're only talking wheels, tires, suspension, right? So that doesn't account for any maintenance that would need to be done to the truck or anything that you broke in the process of taking it apart or whatever. But I would probably I would go just a 6-inch lift kit, whatever you can happen to get in your price range, and then look at, like I said, a 20 by 12s and call it a day.
I really wish they still made 15 by 14s. Because that's just looks so good on those trucks.
They do, but they're hard to find, and they're mostly steel wheels. It's not like
right, yeah. But like some polished 15s.
Just buy a set of American Forces.
You could.
You can get them whatever spec you want at that point. They're forged wheels.
There's your $5,000 budget.
Maybe. It might cost you more than that just for the wheels. Oh, yikes. Yeah, correct. Yep. What do you got over there? Anything good?
Joe over here's got an 01 Dodge Ram 1500, 5-inch lift, 5-inch suspension, 3-inch body, because they, for whatever reason, they don't make any more than a 5-inch lift for those trucks, which blows my mind. For being such the second-gen Rams are so popular. 20 by 12s and 37s clear without any trimming, with a 3-inch body. You're going to be really close. It depends on the tire. If you got something super luggy, you're probably going to have to do some trimming. But 12 wides, 37s are pretty standard on those trucks at 8 inches of overall lift like you're sitting there. So I have a feeling you're going to be all right, Joe.
That'd be wild. That's wild to me. 8 inches of lift, you can stuff 37s in there on a 12 wide with no issues, It's wild.
Trucks were bigger back in the day.
That's true. One more. Vet Pro wants to know your thoughts on the TIS 548. Are you not familiar with the 548?
Bob, could you please repeat the question while I Google what that is?
All right, so I'll talk really slow so you can Google it quick. Vet Pro on Instagram wants to know what your thoughts are on the TIS 548. Not the 547 and not the 544.
I believe you're talking about the XD chopsticks? Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, pretty much.
Or the Vision rocker?
Dude, okay, hold on. Shout out to Vision, by the way, for doing 20 by 12s or 22 by 12s minus 51, not minus 44. It's neat. Give you a couple extra mils of offset there.
Until you're trying to fit something.
Listen, it's fine. Just trim it. How many trucks have you NorCal'd in your day?
Oh, more than I care to count. I like the design because I love that style. It's very my kind of style. But again, it's the same thing. The same complaints I had about the 544. The TIS are on the outside. It was cool for a little while. I think it's 2020. Everything's getting simpler, more simplistic design, and that's just, it's still a little wild to me. And their center caps stress me out. They really do, honestly. But
that's fair.
It's a cool looking wheel.
Yeah, I like it. I think it looks good. TIS is kind of doubled down again this year on their wheel designs. When I was talking with Miles last fall, it was super cool to see what he brought out. So I'm pretty excited to see again now what this year will bring, given that people have had almost a whole year in quarantine to design wheels. So
We should probably be seeing some wild stuff.
here's to hoping. So
Yeah.
cool. Let's wrap it up.
All right, guys. So that's going to be it for tonight. Remember this. Oh, you won't remember because we're new on Facebook. I keep forgetting this.
Yeah.
So you're going to want to go out. We have a new YouTube channel for informational videos like this. It's Custom Offsets Garage. You're going to want to go subscribe to that because the edit of this video is going to go up on there where you can ask questions that we can come up with themes for next week's content. I believe I will have Brad with me next week. I don't think you're coming back next week.
I don't know.
But that way we have something to discuss for next week's show.
Correct.
So you're going to want to drop those in the comments, subscribe to Custom Offsets Garage, turn on the little notification bell because I forgot to do it. And I was like freaking out that you guys didn't put up last week's. And I was like, oh my God, they screwed up. They didn't put up last week's. I don't know what we're going to talk about. Thank God the TRX came out. And then I was like, oh, notification bell.
Yeah, you got to click that bell.
Got to click that bell.
Yep.
So
Stay tuned. We might do flash giveaway next week.
oh, we're going to do a giveaway?
Yeah, we might give away some merch. I think we can do that. It'll be a lot of fun.
I thought this was my show. Now Dustin's taking
No,
over.
it's definitely your show. I just want to help make it better.
That's fair enough. That is fair. That's fair.
All right, let's get out of here.
See you next time, guys.